Hi there, I'm Richard Jack Smith of Real Talk Movie Reviews, here to tell you about Crawl, a soundtrack for the horror film released in 2019. As an experience and in the context of the film, I would say this score worked rather effectively. Max Aruj and Steffen Thum definitely tweak the moments of suspense for their highest degree of effectiveness. Now, as a solo listening experience, I found this to be rather like holding your breath for 50 minutes, except in one track, Years Lost, which provides some sensitivity and much needed character rendering, which, although a relief, is temporary at best. The problem with Crawl seems to be that it just doesn't function outside of the film except as sound design. There have been many scores like this, which when they are removed from the film just rather become like a hyperventilating creature that just can't survive on its own. So that's rather sad. And I have to say, for the record, that I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I even think it's one of the year's best. So when it came to the soundtrack, my expectations were relatively high. And having had such a great time watching this in a theatre all on my own and yelling at the screen, "Oh, watch out," all that stuff, it felt rather a letdown. Yeah, just a totally different experience. Although there are many soundtracks which one could argue work less effectively on their own than they do in the film. James Horner's Avatar immediately comes to mind, but there are others. With Crawl, I think if there had been more of an orchestral presence rather than the kind of artificial sounding keyboards and zhung, 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 because basically what we get is a lot of rumbling around, scratching, drones. It's not so much a drony score, I would say, on the whole. Just sounds that we've heard a million times from different libraries in various motion pictures. Things which, although not quite like the Horn of Doom perpetuated by Hans Zimmer and his clones, definitely comes close in a few instances. And there was literally nothing that reminded me of any particular sequence in the film, although there were a great many, if not a few dozen, in the film which were extremely memorable. So to have a lack of musical connectiveness with that was really disappointing, and I did not expect that. Crawl should work as a soundtrack experience, and I kind of find myself speechless at this, that a score should not work in a good film. By contrast, Joker, Todd Phillips' film, which I absolutely detested, had a good score by Hilda Guðnadóttir. But that's for another video. So for now, I leave you with Crawl, a soundtrack I would give 0 out of 5 stars. A tremendous disappointment. For more film and soundtrack reviews, please visit Betty Chotaka's website, Real Talk Movie Reviews. On Facebook, you will find my pages, Hip-Notic Movie Reviews and Hip-Notic Soundtrack Reviews. Regarding Betty Chotaka, I would just like to share that I wrote the foreword for her new book, Cinema Stanzas 2, Poet Laureate of the Movies, and that was a tremendous experience. If you haven't read the book yet, it contains poetry, reviews, and fantastic analysis. I highly recommend it. So for now, I'm Richard Jack Smith. Don't forget to leave a like and or subscribe, and I will see you in the next review.